I'm making this video because I don't think there are any blue-green roux example solves on YouTube, and that's a problem. So for this first scramble, I see this bar of 2 and this bar of 2 for red side, blue bottom. So that's pretty obviously a good contender. I'll just go with it. So what I would do is I would make a line here and a line here. This is going to leave dr right here. So I'll just, I don't know, solve it. So yeah, we'll do a du prime at the same time, and then we'll solve this piece and then this piece, like this, like that. And then we can do this, because dr was there. This will be our first pair, and then this will be our second pair. Then for this CMLL, these two edges are going to flip, but nothing's going to move. And I saw an LR edge here, and I know the other one's not in the top layer. And so for 2A2, that means that you can do M2 and you're going to get a good arrow no matter what. So I can just cancel into that, get a good arrow, and then U2, done. For scramble 2, the first thing I see is this, so I'd probably tunnel vision on it in a solve. The blue corners are like in a really bad spot, but green seems pretty good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 2 bars here, and then I'm going to finish with DL. And so instead of just explaining the moves, I'm just going to do them and then explain them as I do them. So I'm going to do this D move to make this pseudo pair and set up this to be an R move away. But instead of just doing the R prime, I'm going to do R prime M prime to make this matched, and that also puts DR on the bottom. And so now I can do a D move to make these bars, and then when I insert this, I can either do wide R S, whichever way the S is, I don't actually know, or I can do a wide R prime U2, and then when I do this S, it'll also solve DR. But one thing that's annoying is that once I do this S, this pair has bad EO, and this pair is stuck there. So if I like start with an R prime, and then I do the S, then both of these are better. So I'll do this one first, and then I'll just do this one. Then I don't really know how this CMLL affects EO, so I'll just do it. Here, I would probably do the mediocre arrow, like doing U2M, U2M, because transitioning from this grip to M move grip and then doing a U move first, I think it's harder than just doing a U2. So I would do like that, and then the rest. For this scramble, I see a pair, and that's good enough for me. And if I do the pseudo pair solution, everything will magically solve itself. So I'm going to do a U2 R2. That's going to make the pseudo pair and solve DR. And then that kicks this up as well. So I can do a UF and then just do a quick M2 before doing the wide U. And then awesome. I also have this pair here. So I'm just going to keep that there while I do this pair. And then I'll get a free pair to end second block. Here I have a calm CMLL. So I'll do the CMLL, EO will stay the same, LR is here and here. So I can swap these two and do the MC EO solution. So I'll just do M prime E2M, and then give myself MC EO LR. Here I see that we have this 3 cycle, but these are opposite. So I'll do U prime M2, and then solved. For this scramble, there's a pair here. I see that there's this like non-matching square, but I can't use it because I'm X2, Y2, so we ignore it. The rest of the scramble looks kind of easy. This is kind of boring. I'm just going to do the back square first and then the front pair, and it's going to put dr here. So it's just u prime r2. So I'll do f d prime and then just do that square. And then once I do this, the f2 is going to swing this up here. And then this square is very easy. And then while I'm inserting that square, I can finish second block very quick. This is also going to give an EO skip. It's going to bring one of these LR edges up. So we'll just fix that. So I'll just put this on the bottom. And then here, these don't match. So I'll do a u prime m2. All right, for scramble 6, I see this pair in this line, so I'm probably just gonna tunnel vision that. It looks pretty good. If I do an R prime B prime, then I have this line and this bottom line without DL, but I can just insert DL with an M. But what I'll do is I'll do a U first. Now when I do that, DR is in a good spot. And when I do the M, that'll put this second pair edge back here. So I can cancel into doing that pair. So I'll do that, and then I'll cancel into that. It's gonna put this corner down there. And then this is very spammy. Then I will do the left sexy left sledge, but I'm gonna do it with wide moves, because if I do left sexy left sledge here, this is gonna get oriented, and then we have a pretty bad EOLR case, and I don't care to check UFUB. But if I preserve the edges, then it's a very good EOLR case. So I can just do M prime. Now I have EO, LR, and then 4C.